my first question is, when were you drafted and when did you enlist?
Well, I wasn't drafted, but I voluntarily, went into the military in 1985 after I graduated from Fort Valley State University. I was commissioned during my graduation as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army, and I had to report to what we call Officer Basic Course in October of 1985. So that was my first entry into the military.
Okay, all right. And what do you remember about the day you enlisted?
Well, enlisted is probably not the right word to use when you're commissioned as an officer in the military. Usually enlisted is when you come directly out of high school and you go to, say, a recruiting command, a recruiting station, and sign up to go into the military. That's usually when you refer to enlisted. But when you're talking about going to college and then being commissioned, that's exactly what you do. You're commissioned as an officer into the United States Army or whatever branch of service you're deciding to go into.
All right. How did you tell your family, or if you did tell your family, what did they think about your decision to join in the military?
My mother, thought it was a great idea. She was very supportive of me going into the military. I thought that graduating from college, not having any experience in anything, would be a great way for me to get experience, certainly in being in leadership roles and supervising and managing, soldiers. I thought that experience that I got from that would translate into the civilian world, once I decided to separate from the military. So the leadership experience and managing people is one of the I guess pluses. One of the I guess a plus in going into the military and being able to doing that.
All right. What were some of the reasons you wanted to join the military?
Money. Because a lot of times it's very, even during the time I graduated from college, it's difficult for a new graduate, even with a degree, with your bachelor's degree from college, you still sometimes you find it difficult to get a job. And one of the reasons that you find it difficult to get a job is because of the lack of experience in the workforce. So, as I said earlier, I thought, the plan would be, or my plan was to go into the military to get that experience. Because when when you have a bachelor's degree and you go out into the workforce, usually you're going to be expected, not to be the normal employee, but you're going to be probably expected to manage employees or manage people. And so that's why I went into the military, in addition to, making money. So those were probably the two reasons that I went into the military, to make money and to get that experience that would translate to the civilian world.
All right. And for my last question I got, how did you imagine military life before you joined?
Well, I imagined that the military would be something different, very structured. I imagined that it would be a lot of exercise, which it was, in order to keep in shape. I guess, and the thing that prepared me for what military life would be was my 4 years in college ROTC. And during those 4 years in college ROTC, you went on a lot of, exercises that out in the woods, putting up tents. You went to Fort Benning on the rifle range to qualify on the M16. So I had a good idea of what military life would be like before I went into the actual Army. So it wasn't too much of a culture shock for me. It was, I think the ROTC did well in preparing me, for the real deal. So.
All right, nice. Well, yeah, that's all the questions I got for you now. I appreciate you answering, and yeah, that's gonna end the video.